Pigs, yeah, hopefully. What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's having a fantastic evening, afternoon, pre-noon, no matter where you are in the world. I'm Hassan Piker, and this is awesome. Our broadcast coming to you live from the recently liberated sunny California, Los Angeles, the California Oblats of California. That's right, folks. We're live and alive. Oh, I'm having a fucking fantastic morning, and I hope you guys are as well. I'm live, I'm alive, and I hope all the boys, girls, and MBs are having a fantastic one, because today's a beautiful day. Today is a wonderful day. Today is the day, the first step to liberating the American heartland. Folks, this is the part of the broadcast where I tell you a little bit about my personal news in the world of HASAN'S and Piker, for all the parasocialists out there, for all the parasocialists update. But yeah, end of the broadcast. And what did I do? I didn't really do much. I'm back on One Piece, back on the One Piece train, trying to get through. Finally met Yamato, interesting character. Understand why it's like considered somewhat controversial by the fan base. Beyond that, hung out with my mom a little bit. And then I went to sleep, only to wake up to phenomenal news. That's right. Tim Walz, the governor of Minnesota, is the VP pick for the Kamala Harris presidential run. Now, I am obviously very excited about this because it just feels weird. It feels weird when you're like making not only predictions that come true, but also the Democratic Party is like listening to the things that you're saying. Also, personal news wise, my manager gives me a call and he's like, hey, you're going to be on Dan Le Batard's show. Remember you said yes to that? And I was like, Dan Le Batard? I totally had forgotten. For the sports heads in the chat, I did Dan Le Batard's show this morning. I don't know if it was filmed live or not, but I was on it. It's a very odd collab, but he is like, he's great. I mean, these guys have like really cool politics in general in the sports world. I know that I recall him like getting into some hot water due to his like progressive politics in general. They wanted me to come on to specifically talk about politics, as a matter of fact. And it felt like he was very knowledgeable of my positions and everything else. So I thought it was sick. Oh, Le Batard Dan Friends, thanks for coming on the show. Episode will be out soon. There you go. Look at that. Following since 2023. 0116. There it is. But yeah, it was dope. It was a great convo. They let me yap nonstop. I mean, I did not stop yapping. And that was pretty cool. That's so cool. Actually, bonkers how you called WALZ. Yeah. Well, I didn't call it. I wished it, but it happened. Yeah. Brandon actually called it here. He called it.
Tell that to the folks in Virginia, North Carolina, Alabama, Tennessee, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Minnesota.
Yeah, he's a big Diet Mountain Dew boy too. He's a big dew head. Nothing better than getting my day started with some one Minnesota Diet Mountain Dew. My goat, dude. My goat. Putting Minnesota on the map. Maybe you have more pull than you think. Listen, if the Democratic Party operatives are watching, I'm gonna be at the DNC. We can have a secret meeting. Nobody has to know. I promise I will not talk about it. Like, I will not leak it. I will not reveal it. If you want to hear from me, we can link up. And nobody needs to know. Just a quick, sneaky link, okay? In and out. Boom, boom. I tell you what's going on. If you are a staffer that wants to make a name for themselves, you know what I mean? That wants to come across like they're very intelligent in a room full of old people. And let's say you're watching right now. A wink and a nod, you know? I'm just saying. Hit my line. I got you, okay? And nobody needs to know about it too. Not a soul needs to hear about it. I will not be telling anybody. Hassan, after getting shot with a liberal gun at the DNC, I'm advocating for endless war. No, I have a method. I have a couple things that I believe genuinely in my heart that are just like untested. And I don't think they're like political theories in general that are completely that off base, but a couple of them obviously are, don't capitulate to right-wing framing. Duh, that's an easy one. Everybody believes that. It's a given. Beyond that, one theory that I have is that Americans don't give a shit about foreign policy, but they also are on board with like pro peace messaging. And when you pair both of those concepts up, I think that like the Democrats should not be afraid of putting forward a pro-peace message. There's a march outside the DNC for Palestine. You will have to cross their picket line to get in. Hell yeah, baby. I'm gonna be like, fuck you guys. I love the Democrats. I love the Democratic Party. Like, why do you think I'm going, chat? The fuck? You do know that there are like pro-Palestine, literal Palestinians like that also are in the Democratic Party. You trying to fuck WALZ? Yeah, I'm trying to fuck them. Trump just posted about Aiden Ross, 100 million views. It's fucking such a goon, dude. This is awesome. So Kamala Harris didn't pick Josh Shapiro only because he's Jewish and because he helped the nephew of one of his political donors get away with stabbing his fiance 20 times. The anti-Semitism is sickening. Yeah. Fascists are planning more demo in the UK, including immigration officers in Bristol tomorrow. It's time to fucking jail their asses. Put them in jail. Put him under the jail. Put him in a jail that is like spelled weirdly, like with a G, G-A-O-L. You know what I mean? That type of shit. Like, that's how you know that's like American style prison, like old school. Put him in the type of jail that isn't even spelled normally so that you know that shit is like really fucked up. Like, he's going to be sitting in a fucking Iron Maiden, you know, that type of situation. Yeah, put him in those like fucking pots. Put him in those perma pots. Elon Trump interview on Monday. Content secured for next week. Oh, that's so sick. Oh, thank you guys. Oh, thank you to the Republicans. Thank you to the Democrats. Things are just like, things are looking up. Okay. Things are looking up. They're lining up. No Jews allowed at the top of the Democratic Party, says Eric Erickson. Chuck Schumer quote tweeted, Eric Erickson said, news to me. That's crazy. I will show you my sweet ass fucking 3-point floater. It's bag work. It's in my bag. This is very much a part of the bag. I will show you that. Also, this is pretty funny. Big year for Midwest princesses. True. Here, I'm going to show you the bag work real quick. But yeah, I woke up, actual banger pick. Good news. I glazed up Tim Walz a little bit on my Instagram. Posted one of my older videos on him and the Democratic Farmer Labor, whatever the fuck party in Minnesota, which I think is a sick ass name for a party. They're not just like the Democratic Party. They got labor in the name. They got farmer in the name. You already know what it is. Okay. Posted another sick ass photo with this man. I'm glazing him a little bit too hard. I know I'm glazing him a little bit too hard. I know. If your boss looks like this, you don't need to worry about AI taking your job. And then here's my ball. Here's my ball bag. Watch this shit. Watch this shit. Bro, this kid's a lethal shooter. He's unstoppable. This kid's a shooter. Like, everyone's saying like, what's up with this guy? What's up with this guy? Why is he such a good shooter? He's 6'4". He's brolic as hell. Like, he shouldn't be that good at shooting. And it's like, no, I have it all. He's a football coach who ice fishes and protects women's rights to choose, and trans people too. Like, he's solid as hell. He's so solid, it freaks me out. Like, it just like freaks me out that the Democrats actually went with the smart choice and not like the scared pick. But yeah, they're pulling the socialists as a house on WALZ too. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Oh, hell yeah. They got nothing. They got fucking nothing. First of all, he's not a socialist, bro. Shut the fuck up. He's the governor of Minnesota. Like, you can't say stuff like that. These guys are so fucking brain broken. Oh my God, everything is falling in line, dude. All the cards are in place. Virtually every single thing. That's how you know they're failing big time. The Democrats are doing so well because the Republican messaging on this front have been so fucking bad. They're talking about how he like taught in China for a year and knows how to speak Mandarin. It's like they're gonna be calling him a fucking Chinese spy. They're gonna say he's the Manchurian candidate and shit. You know, they're really just gonna push away what remains of like the rest of the normal people living in the fucking Rust Belt. It's crazy. It's actually so crazy. They're awesome. It's great. Everything so far has been going according to plan. You know what I mean? It's just Patriots rise up. You know who you're voting for. Harris Wall, Sharia law, Trump Vance, Cum Tavern. That's right. Like, that's correct. Democrats should get excited at the fact that they've accidentally lucked into like a good situation. They just like, they fuck, man, what a turnaround. I know. In what appears to be just a month-long sequence of W's from the Democratic Party, just doing basic competence and not like objectively trying to fucking gaslight the entirety of the country on shit that they can literally physically visibly see. Instead of fucking doing that, they were like, hey, how about we act like a party that wants to win a fucking election? What if we were to say, hey, this guy that was at the top of the ticket, this current fucking Democratic leader, is too old. Everyone can kind of see it. Maybe we should swap him out for a younger, more vibrant, more dynamic, more dynamic candidate that isn't like dying. And there was resistance to it. There was resistance to it. And yet Nancy Pelosi fucking pulled through. Nancy Pelosi unlocked Ultra Instinct and did the thing, did the damn thing that I have never seen the Democrats do ever, honestly. I've never seen the Democrats behave like a competent party. They swapped out Biden right after the RNC, right after Donald Trump had been shot, cut into that media cycle immediately, put Republicans on a defensive posture, got them to also openly show the rest of the country that they had no option. They had no alternative for like a move like this happening, even though they were calling for it for years. We're in a situation now where like people don't even associate Kamala Harris with like all of the worst aspects of the Biden policies. Like there was 2 years of negative real wage growth in the fucking country, and people don't even tack that on Kamala Harris. Like that's not even a point of contention, partially because the Republicans are fumbling the goddamn bag. They can't even have a normal fucking candidate. They can't have a normal campaign. They're having the hardest time. They're too busy going, no fair, no fair. Why did you do this to us? How dare you actually act like you want to fucking win? You're supposed to be the permanent losers in this situation. This doesn't make any fucking sense. And all they've done so far is basically dispute whether Kamala Harris is a black woman, which is like a ridiculous thing. It's like dumber than fucking being a flat earther, because at least the earth looks fucking flat. Kamala Harris is like, you can do a visual check to figure out if what this person is saying is correct or not. She's black. She's a black woman. Like, what the fuck do you mean she's not black? Like, what are you saying? Like, that is such an insane thing to say. And like, that's what they're going on with. And JD Vance has an entire library, like a Lord of the Rings extended director's cut, like with commentary edition, 8-hour long sequence of podcasts that he's appeared on, where he went on like the Groyper Rapist podcast, and he goes on there and he's talking about how like women that don't have fucking children are sociopathic actually and should be like forcibly bred in camps. Like, what is happening? What are you guys doing, dude? What are you doing? Like, you forgot you're suffering from your own success. You literally forgot how to run like normal campaigns. Just say you want to fucking cut taxes, man. Anyway, yeah, this is the moment. This is something that it's so funny that WALZ is the pick, because progressives, even fucking leftists, have been writing for the Minnesota Democrats for quite some time. Like I myself have offered some coverage on that like way back in the day. As soon as there was a one-person majority, like one seat majority in Minnesota, they went to town. They went nutty with it. They were like, oh yeah, no more hungry children actually. Sorry, sucks to suck. Yeah, we're going to do paid family leave. We're going to do all these things like no more captive meetings that are obviously anti-labor. All this stuff, they just went boom, 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 boom. They fucking put those numbers on the board. They went crazy with it. It was great. This is why like WALZ, for a lot of people, WALZ might be out of nowhere. You know, they're like, who the fuck is this guy? He just seems like an old man. Ironically enough, he's like around the same age as Kamala Harris, even though he looks much, much older. Who's this like folksy guy? No, he's been doing the damn thing. I've said it before. Obviously, yeah, Midwestern Dems with a one-seat majority are Leninist vanguardists. Like we've made all these jokes years ago. This is exactly like the Minnesota Democratic Party is like exactly what the Democratic Party is supposed to be like, is exactly supposed to operate like this. And, you know, they're doing it. Also, before the fucking Maoist third worlders get mad, WALZ literally fucking taught high school in China. He lived in China. He literally has openly stated he doesn't want an adversarial relationship with China.
Focusing on, and I lived in China, and as I said, I've been there about 30 times. But if someone tells you they're an expert on China, they're probably not telling you the truth because it's a complex country. But it's critically important for us. I don't fall into the category that China necessarily needs to be an adversarial relationship.
Van Jones says Dems appeasing anti-Jewish bigots. I think Van Jones needs to shut the fuck up. He needs to shut his bitch ass up, okay? Go fucking cry about Joseph Robinette Biden dropping out of the race more, bitch. Suck my fucking dick, Van Jones, you fucking bitch. You used to be a goddamn Maoist in San Francisco talking about America, KKK. Now, you big fucking phony, you're running your mouth like this on CNN. Suck my fucking dick, dude. Fuck you, Van Jones. Fuck you, dude. Bitch ass, stupid bitch. Fuck him. I mean, seriously, fuck him, dude.
It was a little risky, though, Van, that she didn't go with Shapiro to kind of lock down Pennsylvania. I mean, yes, David Challing was saying earlier.
God, he's such a bitch, dude. Yeah, all these guys can fucking cope and seethe, okay? And by the way, all the Republicans are coping and seething. Like, shut the fuck up. They're going to get real fucking racist with it, by the way. The Dem ticket is reportedly swapping out Josh Shapiro with a government who's beholden to CARE, the infamous U.S.-based Hamas front group. Last week, a top CARE official publicly mourned Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh's death, declaring that his martyrdom is not in vain. Yeah, so Minnesota has a lot of Somalis, okay? Minnesota is a state with a big chunk of Muslim refugees, a big chunk of Muslim population. It's not as big as, like, obviously the Michigan Dearborn population, but Minnesota's got a lot of Somalis. The thing is, this, in my opinion, also plays a big role potentially for, I don't know, maybe for the future of America's like foreign policy. Who knows? Who knows what kind of interest he's going to have? But he's just not. He doesn't strike me as the type of dude, especially listening to what he said about the Somali population that he has defended. Honestly, it makes me feel hopeful that he won't be like a fucking psychopath. He's also a vet. He's not a college, sorry. He's a football coach. He was a teacher. He was a veteran. He literally fucking sat on a bunch of committees, including, I think, like the Veteran Affairs Committee. And also on top of that, even all the way back in like 2007, I believe, like he literally was way back in the day. He was already like anti-Iraq war as well. He's got interesting takes. Progressive favor with mainstream views on Israel, Iran. Yeah, he's definitely going to be a hawk on like Iran and Israel and shit like that, which is obvious. Like, you know, don't be crazy. But he's had like some unique ass takes. He's had some unique and very interesting takes in terms of like escalating against Syria and shit like that. He's an interesting guy. Like, I think that overall, he is a really, really solid pick.